Wonders and Marvels of Spiritual Science, Part 2. If the story of Adam is explained in the light of spiritual science, many secrets, indeed, can be discovered in which abound benefits for the children of Adam. For instance, who were the angels who first prostrated to Hazrat Adam by the command of God? What is the concept of their existence? What wisdom was hidden in the prostration? Is there any invigorating glad news in it for the children of Adam? In answer to such questions, spiritual science says the angels who first prostrated to Hazrat Adam were the angels of the world of particles, Alam-e-Zar. With respect to existence, there were only particles who were falling down into the personality of Hazrat Adam, and this was the external form of prostration. These angels were particles externally, but internally they were the keys of the subjugation of the personal world and the universe. Therefore, prostration was in the sense of obedience. That is, these angels will, in a true sense, subjugate the personal world and the universe for Hazrat Adam. In this prostration, there is definitely glad tidings for the children of Adam. Because it does not please Divine Mercy to make the father of the object of prostration masjud malaik by conferring the crown of vigilancy on him, but shoving his children into hellfire. Thus, the way the angels prostrated to Hazrat Adam, first in the world of particles and then later on in the world of intellect, there is definitely glad tidings for the children of Adam in two stages. In the first stage, that is, in the cycle of the chosen ones, his virtues and excellencies will be attained only by the prophets and the awliya. And in the second stage, that is, in the cycle of the common people, after the spiritual revolution, his spirituality will work for the common people as well. It is because of this that in the wise Quran there is the mention of the honor and excellence of the children of Adam and also exhortation for them. In the light of spiritual science, it has also been discovered that the angels did the second and last prostration to Hazrat Adam in the world of intellect, where all of them were in the form of one great angel. When the spiritual and intellectual faculties, in the example of angels, prostrated to Hazrat Adam, his vicegerency was actually established in the cosmic earth. It must be mentioned here that the vicegerency which is vouchsafed by God is not confined only to planet Earth, rather it is the vicegerency of the entire universe, because the Holy Quran says that the earth of the divine vicegerency is very spacious. Quranic references 22:55, 29:56, 39:10. Thus the Quran indicated that this earth is 1. The universal soul, 2. The universe and all its stars, and 3. Personal worlds. There are many spiritual secrets in the story of Hazrat Adam. After mentioning only a few examples of them, let us come to that invigorating glad news which is for the children of Hazrat Adam. That is, when his vicegerency was proclaimed, there was the ever-reaching and all-inclusive good news in it that it is not confined to his physical life, Rather, it will continue forever in the chain of his heirs, and when the cycle of the common people will come, great miracles of his vicegerency will appear so that the masses may also receive innumerable benefits of the spiritual science. The wisdom-filled secrets of God are extremely marvelous and wonderful. Externally, he gives free will to people, and it is up to them whether they worship him or not, but internally, he compels them to follow the path of guidance and worship, and this amazing feat takes place in the personal world of the perfect man. See Quranic ayat, Surah 13, ayat 15. And to Allah prostrate all those who are in the heavens and the earth, willingly or unwillingly. See also Quranic ayat, Surah 24, ayat 41. Each one knows its salat, prayer, and tasbih, glorification of God. There are many more such verses in the Quran. It is a fact that there are representative particles of all things in the world of particles, and it is necessary for every representative particle of every human being, of the select and of the common, to be present there. Thus, according to the above-mentioned Quranic reference, it is the world of particles which is in the perfect man, where everybody is worshipping Allah and prostrating to him, as is said in verse Surah 19, ayat 93. There is none in the heavens and the earth, but must come to God as a slave. This means that numerous difficult and intricate problems can only be solved through spiritual science, which is going to appear in the cycle of the masses through the personal world, as God says in Surah 39, ayat 69. And the earth will illumine with the light of its Lord. This is the mention of the resurrection of the resurrections, in which the earth is going to be illumined by spiritual science, that is, divine knowledge and wisdom. Here by the earth are meant the inhabitants of the earth. Thus, according to the divine promise, Surah 41, ayat 53, subsequent to the external world, divine signs will appear in the internal world, the personal world as well. The totality of these miracles is called spiritual science, through which the masses will be able to use astonishing spiritual powers which are on the pattern of material instruments invented by physical science, but far superior and better than them. Or it is possible that in the time of such tremendous spiritual progress, the material instruments may gradually disappear. For instance, if it were possible to use telepathy universally, who will take the trouble to use a material telephone? If flying saucers are subjugated, aeroplanes will become redundant. Together with spiritual progress, there is a prophecy of great changes on the planet Earth, as mentioned in Surah 18, ayat 7 and 8. Verily, we have made whatever is on the earth as an adornment thereof, that we may test them as to which of them is best in conduct. And verily, we will make whatever is therein barren ground. That is, when people will continue to receive the spiritual food of fragrances, consequently, they will be transformed into subtle bodies and will need no cultivation, because they will live in the paradise of subtle existence. The Holy Quran says, mankind were one community and are, Surah 2, Ayat 213. That is, in the concept of pre-eternity, Azal, post-eternity, Abad, and the world of particles, all human beings were one community, and they were going to be one in the greatest resurrection. But in the present cycle, they differed in their opinions and views. The reason for this is externally they are given free will, due to which they are divided into different groups and scattered, but internally it is the will of Almighty God which He exercises, and due to the blessings of which they are united in the personal world of the perfect man. There are certain verses at the end of some Quranic surahs which contain tremendous knowledge and wisdom, and which are called Kawatim, endings, by the scholars of Quranic sciences. One such verse at the end of Surah of Naml, Surah of Ant 27 is, "And say, praise belongs to Allah. Soon will He show you His signs, so that you shall recognize them. Your Lord is not heedless of what you all do." Surah 27, Ayat 93. This wisdom-filled address of the Holy Quran is to the entire mankind through the Holy Prophet, in which is prophesied the appearance, observation, and recognition of divine miracles in the form of material and spiritual signs. This is congenial mention of those great signs and miracles, by observing which at the level of Ainul Yaqeen, eye of certainty, and Haqqul Yaqeen, the truth of certainty, the steadfast spiritual seeker attains recognition of his personal world and the recognition of God. Here, in order to elucidate the purport of the two parts of my article, Spiritual Science, I would like to pose some important questions, which are: what was God's will in creating all people? Did not God desire that people should return to Him willingly or unwillingly? Is it not true that someone commits a wrong deed, he is punished for a while, but eventually, according to the pre-eternal will of God, a judgment is passed in which lies only His good? The wisdom-filled answer to all these questions is in this hadith. People are God's household, and the most beloved of them to God is the one who helps His household and makes them happy. With respectful salam, Nasiruddin Hubbe Ali Hunzai, London, 18 July 1995.